Good morning, fam. Welcome to a new series that I have yet to come up with a name with. But in this episode, we are going to talk about magazines that, as a photographer, you need to be reading because you can just draw so much creative inspiration from them. And then I'm also going to talk about magazines that I've picked up that perhaps aren't worth your time. Vogue, I'm looking at you, baby. Magazines. Now, I'm a pretty big reader of magazines, fashion magazines, art magazines. Really, I'm always trying to find magazines that I can draw from creatively, find some inspiration, maybe find out about things that I don't know. But really, magazines are a great way to see like these great high production editorials that you may not see all on Pinterest. Like, don't get me wrong, I love to draw inspiration from Pinterest, but you get to see the more cutting edge, you get to see full spreads, to see how they're laying them out in magazine editorials, and they're usually in the back. That's a pro tip. So I want to share with you guys some magazines that I've been into and magazines that I've bought that I kind of read and were just sort of like, I don't get it. Why would I buy this again? So let's start off with a biggie. I want to talk about Vogue. Now, this is American Vogue, this isn't British Vogue, this is Australian Vogue, this isn't China Vogue. This is, that's Serena Williams. Like, that's pretty American Vogue. It's pretty thin, like in terms of overall, it's super thin, maybe like, I don't know, what is this? 200 pages. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't say buy this American Vogue. I mean, maybe the September issue, but as far as like inspiration and quality of content, I mean, it's very geared towards women, which is obvious, it's Vogue. But it's mostly perfume ads, makeup ads, very basic sorts of things that I personally don't find very inspiring. I mean, like stuff like this, you know, face masks, it feels like a high-end people's magazine. You know, like most magazines, they have 1 to 2 editorials in the back, but these editorials I find are far from inspiring in my opinion. And I just, I don't know. Now when I go to the magazine stands, I don't buy Vogue, and it comes in at a price of $6. So maybe if you have an extra $6 and there's absolutely nothing left, check out Vogue. September issue though, definitely get that one. Second one that I want to talk about that you should definitely be reading is Hunger Magazine, guys. Did you like that thumbnail? So Hunger Magazine, and in my opinion, this is perhaps one of the best magazines that you can buy as a photographer. It comes in at $20, which is, you know, it's a fair price. That's pretty middle high end for most magazines, but this is a killer of a magazine. I mean, this thing is like 400 pages. I mean, it's large. It's bigger than a Vogue. Just look at the size comparison, you know? Oh, I guess it's like a little bit wider, a little bit taller, but what it does is it really gives life to some of these editorials. I mean, everything in a Hunger magazine is on point. Like, I'm mad I didn't read it earlier. That's why I'm trying to share this with you guys so you guys could go and buy Hunger magazine. And I mean, it's nothing but just inspiring editorial after inspiring editorial. I mean, look at this stuff, guys. Like, dude, it's so good. It's become one of my favorites. You can open up to any page and it's just all inspiring. I mean, even the ads in here are just on point. They do such a good job at curating this magazine. I mean, the whole thing feels like one giant editorial. And something that to point out is that one of the lead photographers and the founding owners of this is a photographer named Rankin. I'm not the biggest Rankin historian, but as someone who loves Hunger, he tends to be doing the best editorials in every episode, in every issue. I mean, his lighting and his just styling is insane. So definitely check out Hunger. Like, if there's like a must buy when you go to the bookstore, it's Hunger. Next magazine, this is a new one that I recently discovered, and all of these you can get at Books A Millions, Borders, any sort of bookstore, is El Oficial. Now, super interesting magazine because while it looks like a traditional magazine, it's fairly thick. Like, this is maybe 400 to 500 pages. Okay, I lied. It's 250, but it's got print. It's like stock paper. If you look at it, you hear that? It's like old school, so I really like this aesthetic. It's really cheap. It comes in at $3.99 US, and I think this is a French magazine. It's very high-end, you know, Fendi, Prada, Gucci, all that good stuff. Overall, as far as reading, meh, I kind of skipped over it. As far as editorials, meh. So like it spoke a big game, but I didn't feel like it backed it up, in my opinion. So L'Officiel, maybe skip it unless you open it and browse it and there's something you really, really want to check out. So as far as inspiration, something else. Next magazine I want to talk about, which it might be sort of a surprise, is Juxtapose. Now, this is actually an art and culture magazine. This is not a photography magazine. However, as for drawing inspiration, I really like this magazine because it features artists. And not just that, but it features artists of different mediums, and it shows a lot of pictures of their work, and the interview style is very intriguing. It's not just like a long block form of words. And to be honest, when I got this magazine, I was seeking inspiration, and I legit found it. There was an editorial that they had, not an editorial, it was an interview of this lady who does sunglasses, and I was shooting sunglasses that weekend, and I literally drew so much inspiration from that. Maybe I copied? Nah, I didn't copy, it was just inspiration. So Juxtapose, it's higher than L'Officiel, but it's definitely lower than Hunger. Maybe get it if you've already had everything else. Get it if you want a different sort of inspiration to find out more about the art world, to sort of meet other artists. As far as editorials, you know, there's really none. They're almost like mini editorials that cover the artist, but there is great art that's not centered around photography, like, you know, just opening up, boom, you know, you can draw a lot of inspiration from this magazine. So I definitely think it's good. It's not one of my first picks anymore, but I definitely have drawn inspiration from it. So, you know, I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 if I was to rate it. The next one I'm going to talk about, which has recently become one of my absolute favorites, is ID Magazine. I mean, just look at the back, the Moschino. Oh my God, beautiful. I mean, this is up there with Hunger. If I had to pick a top 3, it would be Hunger, ID, in this magazine called Soul Lights, which I don't have, I'll talk about later. ID, I mean, just look at this photo. Oh my God. Like, when I saw that, I was like, please don't tease me. Please don't pump fake on me and be like a great cover photo and garbage in the middle. But no, like, everything about this magazine is just so fire. I mean, the ads, the editorials, the articles are great. I mean, every page in this magazine literally feels like a new source of inspiration. Now, it comes in at a whopping, how many pages? It's about 200 to 300 pages. There's no page numbers. Oh wow, they don't use page numbers. They don't use page numbers, but this is an awesome magazine because all of the cutting edge advertisements, like the new Balenciaga ads with the people walking down the street, they're all in this magazine. So all the new cutting edge, like what's next in fashion photography, is in ID. And I'm gonna say that this is even more cutting edge than Hunger, because Hunger, I think, comes out every few months, like according to season. So spring, summer, fall, winter. I think it's broken up like that. As where this, I'm pretty sure, is monthly. But overall, well, the editorial's amazing. As far as reading it, I honestly haven't read any of it. I've read like maybe a little bit of it, but they do a lot of interviews, like most magazines. And there's even streetwear ads in there, which I thought was really cool. You really don't see streetwear ads in Hunger. So, oh, and this comes out at $18.50. So this and Hunger both kind of come at like a $20 price tag. And if you had 20 bucks to go between Hunger and ID, I'd say go Hunger because it's bigger, but at the same time, I mean, ID is just as good. I mean, this is also a UK, Europe-based publication, much like Hunger, I think, is as well. So overall, Hunger, ID are the best. You're gonna get great editorials, great ads, you know, Givenchy, Balenciaga, Stussy. I was so surprised to see a Stussy in here. And I mean, even just the profiles they do of people are just, the photography for them are just amazing. And the editorials, I mean, the whole thing feels like an editorial, but they also do like nitty gritty film-ish photography where it's not just high-end studio fashion editorials. Like they do a lot of just off-kilter, more, how do I say, street photography. It's not street, it's just like gritty, it's raw. It's raw. They do a lot of raw stuff in here. So you get a little bit of diversity in here, a little bit of everything. This just feels like the cutting edge. Jeremy Scott's just a little overdone in my opinion. I'm kind of sick of seeing him. Love the guy and his designs, but I swear to God, if I see one more goddamn Jeremy Scott interview, the last magazine I'm talking about, which I don't even have, I'm just gonna like pop it up, bing, like right here or something, is Soulights magazine. Now, I discovered this magazine at a streetwear shop. It is pretty sure a South Korean run and like only magazine, and it's so cool. I actually gave mine away to some kid that I thought would really appreciate it more than me because I had read the thing front to back. But their photography is all super raw, untouched, unedited, just nitty gritty, a lot of gender bending, like they're not afraid to put in like slightly disgusting things. Soulights is a dope magazine. It's a thick publication. I mean, they're not scared to like zoom in on someone's face and just be like, "What's up, son?" I mean, Soulights is so good. I love the take. If you haven't figured it out, I'm not really reading most of these magazines. I'm really just looking at the pictures. But as a photographer, I mean, we got time for that. We gotta edit, and you know, we gotta find some clients. We gotta do this, we gotta do that, and now I'm recording a video, so you know, it's all about the pictures and inspiration, the ripping out and putting it on your wall moment. Let's wrap this up. So, overall, I would say Hunger, ID, and Soulights are my favorite. I would, due to unpopular opinion, I'm still gonna say I think Vogue is not that good to draw inspiration from. I'm not saying the magazine's trash. I'm saying it's just not my favorite to draw inspiration from. You couldn't see my hand going across. But yes, that's it. A little bit longer of just a short morning segment. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you pick up some of these magazines, rip the pages out, put them on your walls. Let me know if I missed any magazines. Now that I'm doing this, maybe I'll do like a follow-up where I get really weird magazines and just sort of see what's out there. But that's it. These are all magazines you can find in your local bookstores, booksellers. I hope you guys go and cop some. Let me know in the comments. Shoot me a like. And then if you really want to and you're feeling really kind, follow me on Instagram because I'm lit and my stories are cool. But everyone who says their stories are lit aren't lit. But mine are.